Hello and welcome to this video on inheritance in Java. In this video, we'll be seeing about what is inheritance, the different types of inheritance, and some coding examples to understand them better. So let us dive into the coding. Inheritance in Java is a mechanism in which one object acquires all the properties and behaviors of a parent object. It is an important part of object-oriented programming system. The idea behind inheritance in Java is that you can create new classes that are built upon existing classes. When you inherit from an existing class, you can reuse methods and fields of the parent class. Moreover, you can add new methods and fields in your current class also. Inheritance represents is a relationship which is also known as parent-child relationship. So why do we need to use inheritance in Java? We use inheritance for method overriding. So runtime polymorphism can be achieved. We'll be reading about polymorphism in the later videos. And for code reusability. So you need not redundantly create the same methods and same functions again and again. Instead, you can reuse the codes of other classes by inheriting their properties. Before getting into the coding part of inheritance, let us understand some of the terms used there. Class. Class is a group of objects which have common properties. It is a template or a blueprint from which objects are created. Subclass or child class. Subclass is a class which inherits the other class. It is also called as derived class, extended class, or child class. Then we have superclass or a parent class. Superclass is the class from where a subclass inherits its features. It is also called as base class or parent class. Reusability. As the name specifies, reusability is a mechanism which facilitates you to reuse the fields and methods of existing class when you create a new class. You can use the same fields and methods already defined in the previous class. So let us understand them with a simple coding example. For example, I have a class named employer and my employer has its own salary. I'll provide my salary in float. Float salary equal to, and I assign the value 40,000. Yeah. So now I can extend my main class by providing inheritance I can use the keyword extends to provide inheritance and call the class employer. Now, by doing so, what can I do? My test main can now have a variable called bonus. So now bonus will be 10,000. With my bonus as 10,000, I can now create a test main instance by typing test main p equal to new of test main. With this, I'll be able to print the values. So what can I print? I can print my bonus. Obviously, it is part of my test main. Along with bonus, I will be now able to print my salary because the properties of my employer is now extended to my test main, meaning my test main now contains the variable salary and its value 40,000. So I'll try to print the salary p.salary so that it's part of the class, and then I'll copy paste it and have it as bonus. Now when I try to run this program, as you can see, my class employer value salary is now extended to my test main, and I have only initialized my test main class, but still I'm able to access my salary. So this is a simple example to understand the structure of inheritance. There are different types of inheritance available in Java. On the basis of class, there are three types: single, multi-level, and hierarchical. In Java programming, multiple and hybrid inheritance is supported through interface only. We'll be learning about interface later. So when one class inherits multiple class, it is known as multiple inheritance. And then you have the first topic, single inheritance. I'll try to create a new class. So the first topic is single inheritance. When a class inherits another class, it is known as single inheritance. In the example given below, a dog class inherits the animal class. So there is a single inheritance. What do I mean by that? I'll have my class animal as my superclass. In my superclass animal, what does an animal has a feature? It eats. So I'll have my system.out.println to type eating. Now, with my animal class, I can now write a subclass called dogs. If you logically think, every dog is an animal, right? So the common features of an animal can be used for a dog. So what do I mean by that? I'll be extending my class animal, and now the eat feature is now extended to my dog class. And now what is specific about dog class that can be a method? It's nothing but barks. So I have a function called bark, and I'll try to type barking. So now I have two classes. Now in my main class, I'll initialize my dog class. Dog d equal to new of dog. Now dog contains two features. Dog.bark, and you guessed it right, dog.eat. So the features of my animal class is now inherited to dog class. So it is a direct inheritance. So we call it as single inheritance. Now let us try to run this program. Eating and barking. So both features are now inherited. The next level of inheritance is multiple level inheritance. We'll be using the same animal class. Our animal class remains the same. Now, what we do is, what is common among different dogs? For example, we'll have a class called baby dog and inherit the features of dog class. So now what happens? What does a small dog does? It weeps, right? So I'll have a void weep as a function, and I'll have my system.out.println and write weeping. So if you look closely, the features of animal class are extended to the dog class, and the features of dog class is extended to our baby dog class. So our baby dog class can now weep, bark, and eat. So this level of going into multiple levels is called as multi-level inheritance. So now I'll declare the dog class as baby dog is equal to new baby dog. So now what happens? I be able to first weep because it is part of its own class. Along with weeping, it's now able to bark and eat because the features of my animal class is inherited to the dog class. Now our dog class contains eat and bark. Now our baby dog class extends dog class. So eat and bark is now further extended to our baby dog class. Now let us try to run this program. As you can see, all the three features of these classes are now inherited and part of our baby dog class. So this is about multi-level inheritance. So the last type of inheritance is hierarchical inheritance. When two or more classes inherit a single class, it is known as hierarchical inheritance. In the example given below, dog and cat inherits the animal class, so that is hierarchical inheritance. So what do I mean by that? Instead of going into multiple levels, we split this animal classes into two. So animal is our top layer class and dog is a subclass of animal. So what other subclasses can exist for animal? We can have a class called cat, and which also extends this feature of animal. So now by extending this animal to our dog, and we can have a class called meow, and we'll try to print meow. So now if you look carefully, our top class is now split into two classes, dog and cat, and both extending the features of animals. Now our dog class contains eat and bark, and our cat class contains eat and meow. So the common features of our top class is now shared among cat and dog, and their individual features are now declared inside their respective classes. So this is called as hierarchical. Now we'll try to initialize both dog and cat class and see what happens. Cat c is equal to new of cat. Now for our dog class, we'll have features like d dot bark, its own individual feature, and now since they are extended, we have our eat class. Same for cat, we have c dot meow, which is our individual feature for our cat class, and the extended feature c dot eat. Now let us try to run the code. As you can see, now our code can bark, eat, meow, eating. So eating common is being declared, and this is called as hierarchical inheritance. For multiple inheritance, you need to be familiar with concepts like interfaces. So we'll be seeing about them in the later videos. Thank you. Hope this video is helpful. In this video, we saw about what is inheritance, the different types of inheritance, and along with that, we saw some coding examples to understand them better. Thank you.